You can always have institutions opening, institutions closing. That would continue to happen. It's a private sector. People have said, why should new institutions be set up? My simple answer is the Constitution, Fundamental Rights, 19G, gives the right to every citizen of this country to practice his or her profession. This is the first part. The second part is people use their money. This is a private sector. They invest their money, they invest their land, and they are willing to follow all the rules and regulations of the regulators. Then how do you stop them from setting up an institution? When in the past AICTE tried to do that, people have gone to court, and the court has put a question which says, how does a regulator presuppose that a new institution does not provide quality, and what is the yardstick by which you deny approval to an institution? Now, these are all questions. But then increasingly, quality institutions will prevail, they will survive, and the bad ones will close. I mean, that's the straight principle for an educational entrepreneur to understand. And it's not as if somebody is forcing people to set up institutions. It's out of their free will that they're coming in. So in future, if institutions have to survive, if they have to do well, the simple point is provide quality. And that the value addition that you do within your institutions is not mandated by any university. I mean, the problem is, which university would come back and tell you not to conduct value-added programs in the evening? Or which university would stop you, or which regulator would stop you from setting up an entrepreneurship cell? I mean, it's only we have to come together and see that those things happen. I don't think any regulator will have to force that down your throat, saying that now you set up an entrepreneurship cell. I mean, these are the value-added things, and somebody said it's imperative today. Yogesh, I believe, said it's imperative to set up entrepreneurship cells. I believe that. I mean, all these things should happen, and more so in technical education. So therefore, we in AICTE would like to see that the entrepreneurship grows in this country. Probably the employment sector has to grow many fold. Everybody talks about only the engineering graduates, the managing graduates. If really those reports were to be believed, then I would sort of think, what is the status of our art, science, commerce? There's a huge world outside. 25 million people go to colleges in those areas, in those sectors. Now, if this is the status of engineers, then what is the status of those other graduates who are passing out? So therefore, all things are not so bleak. Obviously, people do get into jobs, but the problem is really underemployment. And that is where entrepreneurship helps. And we from AICTE would want to see that every institution starts an entrepreneurship cell, not mandated. Maybe we'll look at it if that is required. But I would love to see that every institution starts an entrepreneurship cell on their own, not being pushed from somewhere. And each of those entrepreneurship cells, starting at least one startup, think of the ecosystem that you develop. You have 10,000 startups every year from your technical education system. And for the amount of money that has been invested in the higher education sector, even within the technical education sector, a huge amount of money, 4 million crore rupees, which has gone into the private sector education investment. If you can add value by providing these startups at the end of the year, I think we have done our job, and probably you have contributed to what we have. So therefore, I would request every one of my institutions to do that. And as far as I am concerned, you have all provided a lot of support to AICT, and I believe you will all continue to do that in future.